Hey guys, it is Duke, and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Tekkit Let's Play. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. I know I am, and I'm glad to be back for another video. Hopefully this guy does not kill me, alright? 2 shots, not too bad. But we are here, back on the roof, just about. It's not a roof yet, it's just a hill. But technically it almost is a roof because our entire base or everything we've constructed so far is inside of there. However, that is not permanent, guys. We're up here. We cleared out a little bit of an area where I'd like to start a base. And I thought it would be pretty cool to do it right on top of this. It's kind of a decent little view here over the lagoon, I suppose. I guess that's what we could call it. I don't know really what you'd call that area, but we're going to do that. As you see, we dug our way up right through here and expanded our house just a little bit. Obviously, this is not long term. We are still going to make a lot of adjustments, a lot of changes. I do not want this to be the final outcome. Do not want this place to look like this forever. But for the time being, I'd say all right. You know, we had this little crevice here, and then we've turned it into all this. This is only episode 3, and I just did that off camera, so I expect a lot more to be done. But guys, one thing I would like to stress the importance of right away is if you hear me just sound awful this entire video, I apologize. I don't want it to be that way. Is that... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. But I have a little bit of a cold, and it doesn't sound too good. I know my voice has been all over the place. I sound all plugged up, congested. Yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know that. So I don't normally sound like this. If you are new, if you're used to it, I swear I'll get better. It's just a time being. I talked about it a little bit in my single player series, but for those who only watch this, I thought I'd mention it over here as well. But alright guys, what are we doing today? Well, what I'd like to do is expand a little bit more into the realm of solar panels, as we do have a third because there's one up top, the 2 here. I built one off camera, and as you see I have 9 coal dust, so I think we could get 3 more. I think that'd be pretty good. But as you see, the bat box is just barely going down. Yeah, let's see, just barely going down using 2 machines, so it actually overall is not taking away too much power. But I think if we get a 4th solar panel up and running, that will mean that we will be able to gain as much power as we lose. Therefore, while we have both machines running, we will just be consistently gaining and or staying at the same, which is totally fine by me. It's good and it'll work now. But outside of that, I would also like to dress up this area up here. I want to get to the point where we at least kind of have something laid out for a house, whether or not we build that today. You know, just kind of a starter house, nothing too crazy. Just want to dress up this area, maybe try to get some cows, some pigs, sheep, whatever. You know, just a little bit of a farm. That way we have all of our natural goodies out here. And I think what I want to do in the long term is turn this area into almost, I don't know, maybe we'll get rid of that island there, but I want this little lake or whatever this is, which I guess if we look at our map here, is there a way to pull that up like all the way? I thought there was. Maybe there's not. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is if this is something that we can use and turn into something pretty cool, then I definitely want to take advantage of that. Also, I think when it comes time for BuildCraft, we're going to start by building our first quarry on over in the desert, just because I don't really care what that ends up looking like. I don't think we'll do a whole lot of building over there, so I think that'll be alright. And plus, it's so big, you can actually see where I've been digging. I dug out in absolutely no rhyme or reason. I think it just kind of got bored and just went back and forth and back and forth. But it'll definitely do a lot more grinding of sand, as we will need a ton of glass at some point. And I'd love to do a giant glass build at some point, because that just seems like a very, very unique thing solely to this version of Minecraft. Like older days of Minecraft, that's when you'd build that. You don't see that anymore. But hey, it's almost like a retro build. I think it'd be kind of cool. So we'll definitely do that. But for the time being, guys, I want to gather up a lot more materials for solar panels and maybe dress up the top. You know, just mess around, have some fun, and I'll bring you guys back when we know what we're doing. Alright, guys. So it is time for us to start laying out what we're going to do with the house. And I want to show you guys something that I found while building it in the test world that I thought was going to destroy the build, but looks like after some other testing, I figured it out. So, everybody knows you can place a stair like this. This is just how you place stairs. That's how you walk up them, whatever. But I want to use stairs and incorporate them into the roof of the new house. However, I tried to do it the way I normally would, which would be placing at about right here and clicking. However, stairs don't flip over. And I was like, wow, that's really disappointing. But then, as I was recording a clip to try to show you guys that, I figured out if you place on top, you can still get that flip. So it must have been a change between the current version and this version where they actually made it so that you could place upside down stairs just by clicking on the side of the block, and you don't have to place on the roof. So it'll make things a little bit more difficult, make it a little bit more time consuming to build the roof, but we can actually still get it done, which I think is really nice because I was worried we weren't going to have that ability. And yeah, guys, I wasn't too happy, but oh well. It's not the end of the world. We're all a-okay, feeling good. And as you can see, I have an iron furnace, which I thought was kind of cool. I upgraded a furnace just by putting some iron around it. But that's not what I want to do today, guys. We want to build an actual electric furnace. That way, we can just use the power of the sun. Praise the sun for our lovely power. And as you can see, it's actually still going up, even though we have, you know, that machine working there. And I believe we just have the 3 from last episode. I don't think I've made any others since we talked last. I don't think I have. But let's look at what it takes to make an electric furnace, because I'd like to get the house going, but guys, it would also be very, very important for us to make ourselves an electric furnace. So there we go. There's our electric furnace. We need an iron furnace, electronic circuit, and 2 pieces of redstone, which is actually probably just about the easiest thing we've made in this series so far. So I am not complaining at all. But it looks, I don't know why this is always the issue we have, but we're out of copper. So let's check just a couple in there for now. It's literally always the problem. We never have any copper. Very disappointing. But guys, another thing we need to do while that is macerating, we can wait. I need to make handsaws. So handsaws are what take you from the boring square blocks of Minecraft, which I really can't say are boring because I've played this game since 2011, so I obviously like it a little bit. But these are part of RedPower, and they will allow us to come through and take full blocks and create all of this. So we can get all sorts of interesting squares, rectangles, you know, stuff with holes through it, really skinny little stuff. But the thing I like about it most, if you type in slab here, so you know you've got your typical just stone slab right here, right? However, they also have stone slabs, and where is it? Would be the polished stone slab, where you can actually take a normal slab and stand it up sideways, which I think is absolutely huge, and we'll definitely do that. So let's go ahead while we're just right here, and let's make ourselves a handsaw. So we're going to need just a couple rubies. We could use sapphire or whatever, but we're just going to use rubies for the time being. We have the iron on us, but let's grab, do I have any just sticks lying around? I do. That's very convenient. Let's take this, put that in there, right across. I guess we're not even using our new crafting table we made, but if we put it in like that, bada bing, bada boom, handsaw. So let's test this out, guys. I believe we just have some cobblestone lying around. This is a cobblestone slab, but now if we put that like this and that underneath of it, we should not have these issues, question mark. How do you, is there a way we can take, are we screwed with these slabs? Is there no way of getting rid of that? I really think there is. I could have sworn it must just be, yeah, it must just be those. Okay, so that's a little bit different, but we can just easily, could we do it with marble? We can. Okay, so let's take these marbles so we can actually show you guys. We'll take 8 of them, get a little bit going here. We put the marble in the middle, ruby handsaw on top. These are our marble slabs, and they bring up their own little building and placing. It's really cool. Look at this. Absolutely wonderful. So we can place it normally if we click in the middle like that. That would be our normal marble slab. However, we can also place it on any corner of the block. So we can create something like this, which I guess is game changing, right? Because technically you can do something like that and be able to walk through it even though you have 2 blocks in that same thing, which I think's just kind of nifty. Not necessarily the most practical thing in the world, but look at that. You could probably find use for creating a doorway that looks like this, because you can come over here and save a, I don't know, I mean, is it really necessary? I don't know. I think it could be. The thing is, if you have an even number building, you can still get an odd wide door just by doing that. The only thing is, you really can't place anything else inside of that. So we're not going to be able to come in and put a door through here, which I think is kind of disappointing. But obviously, that's just Minecraft limitations and not the end of the world. So we will go ahead and actually figure out a way to come up with enough wood for our new build. I think what I want to do, guys, is what I used in the test world, was a lot of birch, which is normally something I don't do. However, I like this birch. I like the color of this, guys. If we grab a bunch here, we can just quickly show off what my plan is. So, actually, let's grab a little bit of other wood as well. Just some oak might help us out a little bit too. So if we take the oak wood, how I have planned is that we can do something like this. So we can have a wall here, 3 spaces, wall here. And then if we take this birch wood, put it up, I'm just saying, this is such a better color than what's in the default. But I don't think that'll be a problem because we can use this birch wood, and I normally don't use birch wood, so it'll be a nice little change of pace. So I actually really like that. So we're going to put these in here, make some slabs, and then we double our amount of wood, which is really nice. Put them in like this. It takes up half the block, and I think it looks pretty good as well. Come up here, can place it on top, and cover that in the middle there. So that'll be basically our little window. However, I'm also considering, that makes a full block, if we do a couple panels, we'll get an exceptional amount of stuff just by this. So look at that. It gives us a little bit more depth, and it still acts like a wall. We can literally not tell the difference from this side. You have no idea. So we might come in and use this. It'll save on a lot of wood, which might actually help. The only difference is what looks better. Does it look better being half, or does it look better being a little bit more full? Personally, I don't think it necessarily matters. I like them both separately for different reasons. But due to the fact that this will save us on double the amount of wood, I think we're going to go with the panels. I think they'll just look better overall. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is gather a bunch of birch, and we will make a ton of panels. If we have to make more hand saws, we will. And we'll gather up a little bit of resources, and I'll be back with you guys when we're ready. Alright, guys, so I actually had enough, I think, at least to start it. If it's not, well, it probably won't be enough to finish it, let's be real. I tend to always build bigger than what I originally planned, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that always exists. So, as you can see, we have a lot of birch panels. However, we only have 64 and 5 wood, so we're going to probably have to think of what to do separately with that. We are going to use cobblestone as kind of our floor component of the house. It'll sit up the house a little bit, just enough. Not the end of the world, I don't think. I don't think anyone will necessarily care too much. I know personally I won't. I actually kind of like the idea of having it sit up, and it will allow us to use a few blocks extra, which I will show you when we get to that point, just on in here as a little bit of foundation breaker. That's not really a word, but we're using it as one. Let's go through here and place that, and then cobblestone on top. So we're just going to build a basic foundation just with full cobblestone blocks. Nothing too impressive. But where do we want the entrance of the house to be? I think we want it facing that way. That way we have more room to work with it. So by doing so, I'm just going to build a very, very simple layout of a house. Nothing too crazy at all. It's going to be basically a block which we can expand upon in the future. I have plans to do so, but just for the time being, guys, I think it is necessary for us to kind of come in here and just get something laid out. It is really early in the series, obviously, so it would kind of be completely ridiculous to go ahead and start building anything too impressive just yet. But there we go. So I want to lay this out like this. There's our 3 wide, and it looks as if we should be able to, maybe what we'll do is take away this, and we'll build towards that way. That way we can use this for other use eventually, but I just don't want to cover that up yet. I know we can. I just, you know, I don't want to necessarily do that if we don't have to at the moment. So this is going to be about that wide, and the backside of the house is going to be completely flat for the time being. It is not permanent. Do not worry, guys. I know this will not look 100% amazing when we're done with it, at least for the overall shape. I think the colors will look pretty good, but what we're going for right now is basically just to throw something up that's better than what we're currently living in. That is really what I'm trying to work for here, guys. So this will be the center, which means we need one more down here. It's actually still going to be a pretty decent sized house. Obviously, I wanted to build something that would give us room to expand, but something that still allowed us to get a lot of work done. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, build up as much as we can for the time being, guys, and then I will come back to you when we have pretty much you know, kind of a cookie cutter resemblance of the final product. I don't think we're going to kind of go through and do all the detail bits just yet, but I at least want you guys to see the basic overall idea and the floor plan and everything that I'm going with. I just kind of want to throw up something now. That way we have something built for today's episode, and I know I can talk forever, so we're not going to do that. I'll be back. Alright, everybody, so we have a little bit of an idea of a layout here, and as you can see, it is pretty much a giant rectangle. The only special things about it are the fact that we've added in the kind of half blocks, which is really more of a third of a block, to break up the monotony of just a complete flat wall. We've also jut out the front a little bit, which will allow us to have a different sloped roof. We are going to make this 2 stories, though, guys. This is not what I want. For a 1-story house, I don't think it would look too good. Plus, that's not a whole lot of room. So I think it's good for now, though. We need to upgrade a little bit of other things before we quite get to the point I want to be at. However, we need a door, so let's see if we have any left over. If not, let's put the copper into the furnace, which hopefully will allow us to get an electric furnace here pretty darn quick. So our iron's all pretty much smelted up except for a little bit. Let's toss those in here. Grab a little bit of coal, which will basically be solely for building purposes here very, very soon, which is such a good feeling. Just not having to focus on spending, you know, coal every time I want to smelt something. That's really nice. That's really, really, really convenient. So I'm not complaining in the slightest. That'll be very nice. But we've got that going there. See if we have any doors. It doesn't seem like we do, but we do have some wood planks right there, so we'll take that. And we have enough glass to hopefully make a couple windows here. If we take this, we can get glass slabs. We'll do glass panels. So that's where we're currently at. I want to see if this will work. There's a couple different things I want to do here, guys. We'll test out for what we want to do with the windows. So we might be able to just make the windows even thinner than they already are, which will add even more depth into the build overall. But I want you guys to see what it looks like before we go through with anything for good. Because I don't want to just do something and then go, we're going to go with it, but I didn't show anyone anything. So there's our door. We'll put it like that. That way there's even more of depth from the outside. Basically, guys, how I always build is that for the most part, most of my builds look best from the outside. I get that this is floating. I get that there's not really a proper stairway. I get there's not a roof. We're getting there. But the inside, I like to utilize space, and the fact that we don't have to jut these one out to get depth, which is actually really nice, having the half blocks, is already better than, you know, vanilla version of this house. But guys, I want to see how this glass looks. So we could either put a glass window like that, which I guess on this side does not affect us at all, but if we take these, we make these even thinner, the glass cover, put it like that, it doesn't affect us at all on this side, but what's it look like from the outside. I actually like that. Just the little, even, I mean, it's just so minute, but they serve the purpose that they're going for. So it looks like we're going to waste a piece of glass here, guys. Or not. Apparently you get covers and stuff back, which I think is actually a very nice little detail there. But I think it would be best, guys, to take all of these, turn them into covers, just because it saves on glass, and that little bit of texture that you see poking out is enough to make me go, wow, I like that. That's worth the change. So I think that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to come around and fill in all the windows now, and hopefully when we're done with this, we can go back down into the lower area, and hopefully our copper will be done. We'll be able to make an electric furnace and see how long we have for the rest of today's episode, because, guys, again, I don't know what it is about Tekkit, but I'm always restricted on time. I need to just schedule better. Maybe it's the fact that I kind of record all my Tekkits at the same time of the week versus when I record my single player more on the weekends. That's probably what it is more than anything. But let's grab this copper real quick so we can make an electric furnace, and then I'll stop with you guys to give you a little bit of break of my annoying voice, and you know, we'll come back in just a bit. But let's take that, take the redstone like so. Actually, we'll need a little bit more than that, so we'll throw that in the middle. Boom, 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 on either side. Wow. Completely failing. There's our electronic circuit. Now let's take one of these furnaces, which we have tucked away in here, put that on in with iron around it like so. There's our iron furnace, electronic circuit on top, 2 redstone bits on either side. There's our electric furnace. Very good. Very, very good. So we're getting close to the full automation, guys. We'll get pipes and stuff in here eventually, but now we don't have to spend any more coal, at least on this one. We'll probably still use coal just because we can't be too certain that this electric furnace is enough for us, but that works at such a nice speed, and that's without overclockers, which overclockers we will get to another day, but that will be a soon day, guys. It's coming up. We'll get through all that sort of thing very, very soon. I am very excited for it, and I know we'll be able to do it. This will probably overload our bat box significantly. I mean, it's just dropping, but that's actually sticking around a lot higher than I thought it would with 2 macerators and the electric furnace going. That makes me happy because that means we can really get more electric power going here. Electric power. Solar power is what I meant to say. I'm thinking about electric furnaces still. So we've got 2 down here, and I think just... is it 2 or 3 up here? No, we do have 2 up here. Okay, so we have 4 total. If we get... oh my gosh, we have 5. When did I make all of this, guys? I don't remember that. But that's actually really nice. If we get these all figured out and all filled up to max, we can move them up to this. We can move our bat box. We can move all the machines, which would be very, very nice to have. Did we ever make that wrench? I know that was something we wanted to do. I could have sworn we did. Did we not? I guess we didn't. Okay, but we do have bronze, so let's make this on camera here for you guys. I believe we need 6, so we'll put it in. Actually, how do you do that? Oh, it's like this. There we go. So there's our wrench. I could have sworn I made one already. Guess not. Huh. All right, but this, if you guys don't know already, will give us the ability to right-click a machine like so and get the entire thing back. So there's our extractor, where if we hit that with our fist or we hit that with a pickaxe, we would only get a machine block back, which is no fun. Actually, I think with our fist, we don't get anything back, so let's not do that. It's nice to have a wrench. But guys, I think I'm going to come back in just a moment after I see where this episode is, and either we'll do more or we'll have to call it for today, but I'll have to check it out, and I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Alright everybody, so I want to figure out where we want stairs. I don't think it necessarily matters at this point, given we don't have a floor plan figured out like I said we probably would. Whoops, my bad. Did not mean for that to happen. Oh, that's going to be something that I hadn't considered. Let's put these slabs back together. We cannot do that. Oh no, what if we... oh no, our handsaw broke, I forgot about that. Well, alright, we're going to try to make different slabs, ones that you would actually find more in Tekkit rather than the vanilla game, because apparently slabs don't work like they do currently, where you can't just click on the top of the block and expect it to be placed there. So that's disappointing. But I want to test something out with these cobblestone panels, guys. I think this might be something that we could actually use. So, as you can see how we're going to have it like this. This is all going to be cobblestone. But something I want to do is if we put that like this, okay, follow with me, guys. This could work really well as a foundation idea, and it's cheap. And then we come in with cobblestone panels. We can either line them up in the back like so and hide away a lot of that, or we can do is put them on the front still on this side of the block. Oop. I like this side. But I like that side too. Because this side, it still has that depth we're going for, but it's much more subtle, where this is much more pronounced. But I like the color difference there. Maybe what we'll do, I'm going to give this a thought off camera, because we're just about out of time for today's episode. I did realize that when I went back to look everything over. What if we had that and leave these guys stuck out? I think I like that better. But what if we come back off camera and maybe just change up a little? Did that fall in here, really? It really did. Huh. All right. Interesting. I did not think it would actually make it all the way down. It's kind of disappointing. What if we came through, instead of using entirely cobblestone, guys, we're not that poor. I mean, we're not like flowing in it, but we could probably do things a little bit different. What if we came through and turned all of that into just normal stone or the polished stone? I like the side better. I like having that, yes. Okay, so we're going to go with this. We're going to stick it on the front, but I think we might turn these into stone off camera, either smooth stone, stone bricks, or just regular stone. But we will figure that out, guys. I think we're just about out of time for today's episode. Unfortunately, I did not want to be done at this time, but I'm looking at my total recording time, and I've been rambling enough that we've really ran out of time, especially because I have other things to do today that unfortunately do not involve this world of Minecraft. So I think we're going to have to just about call it here, guys. But let me know if you think this type of building is good. If it's not, we can always change it. I'm always open to suggestions. But I think using the RedPower ability of creating a little bit of a depth change is actually very nice and something that I definitely want to capitalize on. So we'll get a lot more of this rather than just, you know, that. I think it works. But we'll get that all figured out in the future. However, for today, guys, we're going to have to wrap things up, and I'm so appreciative for everyone who's watching. But thank you guys so very much for watching. This has been Duke. If you liked today's video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, tell me to see you next. If you're new to the channel and or already not subscribed, maybe you should. That would be pretty great. Help the channel out just by giving me more ideas. I really don't care, guys. I'm not one of those guys who's going to force anyone to subscribe. I'm here for the fun of it. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to do anything special. I'm really just trying to, you know, share my creation, share what I'm doing, and hopefully I can make people enjoy my content. If not, if you don't enjoy it, it's alright. I'll try to make things people enjoy better in the future. Still learning a lot, but I thank you for all of those who've stuck around, and I hope you guys all have a tremendous day. I know I have, and I can't wait to see you guys again. But thank you so ever much for watching. This has been Duke. Goodbye.